welcome to Stewart Field, where today the Hunterdon Central Red Devils will be taking on the Montgomery Cougars. I'm Carlo Pascal with my colleague Ryan Sullivan from Hunterdon Central Television. The Hunterdon Central Red Devils are 5-1, while the Montgomery Cougars are 6-2. So, Ryan, who are the players to watch tonight?
So, Carollo, it's great to be here on Youth Night here at Stewart Field. A bunch of little young aspiring soccer players running around. And the players to watch for Hunterdon Central is junior forward Josh Bordwick, who leads the team in both goals and assists. Very impressive. He's had some varsity time since freshman year, so he's used to the big stage, which this game is here under the lights at Stewart Field. Also, senior forward Matt Tatro has been amongst the goals so far this season, and senior defender Matt Slobodnik is also a key factor for the Red Devils tonight.
And those that service with the playing of our national anthem.
So as the national anthem concludes here at Stewart Field, I'll get back to your question, Kroll. So also for Montgomery, the players to watch is Rory Kemmerer, and along with Josh Bordwick from Hunterdon Central, he also leads his team in both goals and assists, so we have some very talented players on both sides. Also, Christian Espana and Brandon Marna will be key players for the Red Devils to track from the Cougars.
All right, so just some stats from the last games that both of these teams had. Hunterdon Central won their game 5-0 against Warren Hills. It was a very easy win for them. On the other hand, though, Montgomery did win their last game against Hightstown 3-1, but it was a difficult game for them. They had some struggles.
I was actually at that last game for Hunterdon Central against Warren Hills. They looked very convincing, and a win tonight would lock up one of the top seeds in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex County Tournament. And if they win or tie tonight, they will get a 2-round bye in that tournament. So that would be some pivotal rest. And in this year where they have such an impressive senior class along with some juniors like Josh Bordwick, this could be one of the biggest opportunities for Coach Anson Smith to finally get his state championship.
Exactly. As like you were saying before about how you were at the game and they played so well, one of the things that has impacted that so much is their chemistry from the team. They all have been playing extremely well, they all know each other extremely well, and they all just get along and have fun while they're playing.
Exactly, and that chemistry really helps. When you have chemistry off the field, it translates on the field, and we are just about ready for kickoff under the lights here at Stewart Field for Youth Night. It is supposed to be a big game here. The stands are packed here at Stewart Field, and Montgomery is just about ready to get us kicked off.
And the kickoff from Montgomery goes back to the defender. Looks to pass, doesn't find an option, goes out for a throw-in for Hunterdon Central. So what do you think Hunterdon Central can do here, Ryan, to get an edge in the beginning of this game?
Well, I think a big key for them is controlling the midfield. They have some very strong midfielders. Senior Martin Menendez starting in there, Aaron Baxter, the junior, and Evan Ushak, the senior. If they can dominate the midfield as Martin Menendez pulls a shot wide, then I really think they'll have an upper hand on this match, because if you can dominate the midfield, you can find the pace of Josh Boardwick and Matt Tatro up top.
And the kick by the goalkeeper. Strong kick, gets to midfield. Hunterdon Central recovers it, tries to play it up the wing. Good attempt at a move there by the Montgomery player, number 3. Seems like there's been a lot of turnovers so far.
Yeah, it looks like the two teams are just feeling each other out. Ball goes back to the keeper Meccanon so he can clear. No real possession. Something you'd expect from the first couple minutes of a high school game. I think the first team that can get the ball on the ground, start controlling some possession, will have a huge edge in this game.
Definitely. Montgomery, number 7, trying to find an edge down the wing. Doesn't find a spot. Recovered by Hunterdon Central. Into number 23, Josh Boardwick, star player of this game. How do you think he's going to do?
Well, I think Josh has a huge advantage with his strength. He actually is a center midfielder, but a striker by trade. Coach Anson Smith likes him up top in that role, but you saw his strength there to hold up the ball and draw the foul. He's going to be a really important player for Central tonight and for Montgomery to keep track of, because he can be a headache at times with his physicality. And that ball is headed away off the free kick from Zach Ubry. Montgomery a chance on the counter. They only have 2 forward, and they are caught well offside. That ball was intended in behind for Jace Orvos, who is a freshman starting on varsity. Not something you see often. We talked about Josh Boardwick getting some time his freshman year on varsity, but Orvos actually getting the start up top tonight for the Cougars.
Strong kick by number 24 there from Montgomery. Charlie Rogers taking that kick. Hunterdon Central trying to recover here, can't get to it. Number 15 from Montgomery recovers. Looking for an option, decides to play back to the defense. Number 7 trying to go in for the ball, doesn't get there, recovered by Hunterdon Central. Drive in by Hunterdon Central, number 12, Matt Tatro, senior, very, very good player for them. Oh, great save by the goalie for Montgomery there. Big chance by Matt Tatro there to try and score. Just didn't get to it, didn't get a shot up. Big save.
Now there you see how the pace from Matt Tatro can cause problems for the Cougars. I don't know a lot of defenders that can keep up with that type of pace. A really good save there from Nick Millette, the goalkeeper for the Cougars, to keep this game 0-0 just 5 minutes in.
Number 16 for Hunterdon Central, Evan Ushak gets pulled down. Could be a free kick.
Now I think this would be Martin Menendez over this ball a few weeks back. From this similar position on this field, straight on, he smashed a free kick against Watchung, top corner, to put the Red Devils up 2-0. It looks a little bit far for a shot. He might try to swing one in, but he has that ability, and Millette needs to watch out for it on his back post. Here is Menendez. He does go for goal, and it is just wide. It looked like Millette had it covered and able to keep that one out for a goal kick.
seems like the defender, number 21 for Montgomery, is going to take the kick. That's something you don't usually see in high school. Usually you see the goalie take it or a center back, but usually don't see that often in high school.
And
surprising.
You see why they did it. That kick went about 60 yards. The header won there by senior defender Zach Ubry, and now Central can play out of the back. Here is Ubry on the ball again and does well to find Aaron Baxter in midfield.
Seems like Hunterdon Central starting to gain some confidence here, Ryan. What do you think?
Yeah, they're moving the ball well. They worked that out of the back. There's a good ball from Aiden Cook. Again, their main man up top is Matt Tatro, and here he is, their goal scorer, Bordwick. Menendez will try a shot, and again just wide, but a very good build-up play from Hunterdon Central. You see the bench getting into it, the fans are into it. This is a really good start from the Red Devils.
It doesn't seem like he got a lot into that shot. It seems like he had trouble getting over it.
He looked a little off balance to me, just pulled it wide, but a good start for Central, and that's exactly what Coach Smith wants to see is shots on goal.
Bit of a low kick from the Montgomery defender there. Central recovered it, trying to get it down into the Montgomery half. Central's winning a lot of balls out of the air. How do you think this will affect the game?
And here in behind is Espana, and going back to that point, as Espana takes it past Zach Hubie, that's his pace and just wide. But those 50-50 balls are almost all the time what determines games. If you can win the 50-50 balls in midfield, then you really have a huge advantage in the game. Now going back to number 3 up top, Jace Orvos, the freshman. He is very fast, as I've seen, and very skillful, but I'm not sure he'll be able to handle the physicality of the 3 across the back, which is Montwood, Sabodnik, and Ubry. He looks outmatched up top, as here's Joey Seifert in behind, pushed off the ball, and the Montgomery defender does very well. Here's Baxter back on the ball, and it's a Central throw-in.
Long throw in there, goes right to the keeper of Montgomery. Looks for a punt. Good distance punt, right to the Central defense. They recover pretty well there.
You saw that long throw from Matt Tatro. That's something they use a lot, whether it's Tatro or Ushak or Ubry. They scored a goal off a long throw a few games ago, so it is a weapon for them. Central has a lot of weapons, and that is one of them. That one was just too close to the goalkeeper.
Trying to send a through ball there to Martin Menendez. It didn't get an opportunity there. It was blocked. Number 7, Christian Espana from Montgomery, trying to get on that ball. Just didn't get a good reach on it. Lost it a little bit.
There's Bordwick winning a header. There's his physical presence. Tatro just couldn't get it in behind and concedes a throw.
As you could also see there, the pace that he has, he is extremely fast. And like you were saying before, most defenders cannot outrun him, and he just outruns everyone else.
Yeah, the defender looked like he had about an 8 to 10 yard head start right there. And Tatro was able to make up the ground in almost no time and blocked it out for a throw. So that pace is, all he needs is one ball in behind. He's really improved his finishing from a year ago, and that really is deadly for Montgomery. He only needs one chance. Tatro conceded that free kick in the Montgomery half, going up for a head ball. The referee indicated that he didn't jump straight up, and Montgomery is able to play long down the field.
Another free kick here for Montgomery.
This is a similar position to Menendez's free kick, maybe a few yards back on the opposite side of the field. don't think you're going to challenge senior goalkeeper Dan Mekadon from here. He is one of the best goalkeepers in the conference, and to beat him from 40 yards out would be quite impressive. So I'm expecting to see a cross here from the captain, Rory Kemmerer, who leads the team in goals and assists. Hubry defended that one away very well and follows it up and is able to clear for the Red Devils.
Strong throw in again from Hunterdon Central. Tried to get a header on it. Didn't really get a good opportunity there. Kept in by Kristen Espana for Montgomery. Goes out for a throw-in.
Little miscommunication there from Aiden Cook and Zach Hubry. Not something you see very often. You talked about that chemistry, but little mistake there. Out for Montgomery throw-in. Not really going to hurt them. And there is Aiden winning back after his earlier mistake, and it's a really good ball to Josh Bordwick.
Bordwick looking to Seifert, looking in for a through ball there to the center. No one was there, didn't get a good opportunity. Montgomery recovers with the ball, trying to go down the left wing. Ends up going out for a throw-in for Hunterdon Central. Another long throw. Teacher recovers it, tries to send a through ball, does not get there, blocked by Montgomery.
Another wasted pass from Montgomery there. That was number 6, Jack Callan, and they're just giving the ball away too much, and you can't afford to give Central time on the ball, which they've had most of in these opening about 15 minutes or so.
It seems like Montgomery hasn't really found their pace and their way to play yet in this game. It seems Hunterdon Central is just all over them right now.
And that's usually what Central does to teams. They have a lot of possession. They try to break down the defense in the attacking third. The only time they've really been caught out this season, they've conceded an immaculate number of goals, a lot of clean sheets in there. And the only goals they've conceded really have been on counterattacks and set pieces. So they need to be a little wary of the counterattack, and here is a set piece right in front of the Montgomery bench. But other than that, Central will have most of the possession and try to break the opposing defense down.
Good cross attempt try by Montgomery there. Matt Tatro comes up with the ball, trying to break through both of those defenders. Ends up getting by them. Trying to use his pace down the wing. Good slide tackle by Montgomery midfielder number 5, Andrew Dollard.
And it looked as if the slide tackle was clean, but the original play looked as if Tatro had been fouled. Referee didn't see it, and this ball is out for a Montgomery goal kick for the goalkeeper, Nick Millette. Goal kick goes short.
Montgomery trying to play out of the back here. A lot of teams try to do that. Doesn't end up working for them, but sometimes it does. Doesn't look like it did here either. But number 7 for Hunterdon Central, Joseph Seifert, trying to break through there, through all those Montgomery players, didn't really get through. Now number 10 for Hunterdon Central, Matthew Slidenbonek, tried to get through there, didn't really get an opportunity, and it looks like a Montgomery player is injured.
Yeah, there's Espana, the pacey forward. A little slow to get up, fouled there by Slobodnik, but he looks to be okay, and Montgomery have a free kick at midfield. Now, I said how Montgomery was giving away a lot of possession. I also feel that Central has given away a couple needless free kicks so far, allowing Montgomery to set up a really nice ball in there, and an easy, oh no, Mecadon not able to handle it, but it is cleared away by Billy Montwood.
Looks like Mecadon was slow to get up there. Looks like he's holding his side or his chest.
Now the goalkeeper's a protected player. It looks as if the Montgomery attacker went right into his ribs there. Really surprised there wasn't a foul there, because usually you see that called, and Mecadon definitely took some contact. Still trying to work that out. Really not a good sign for Central.
Definitely
if their number one goalkeeper is in some pain.
That's definitely not a good sign, as you were saying. Looks like he may have taken an elbow or a shoulder right to the chest, and that could definitely hurt them. As Hunterdon Central gets up here with Tatro on the ball.
And here's Seifert out wide, looking to get a cross in. He does, flicked on at the near post, and it's a goal kick. Questionable decision there. It looked like a clear corner after the shot was blocked, but the referee decides to point for a goal kick.
As you can hear now, the crowd getting into it a little bit, chanting, "Let's go Devils," as the Montgomery goalkeeper takes the kick. Headed down by Central. Looks like there may have been an elbow or some contact there. Played to number 5. Tries to get a header there. Looks like there is a free kick. May have been a bit of a push by number 9 there from Montgomery. Tony Vincente Ballon.
Here's Zach Hubry again, about 50 yards away from his goal. Really good at chipping these balls in and giving, well, usually gives Tatro a chance to attack it. Tatro's the one who picked up that knock. Senior forward Salman Gia is checking into the game. He scored 2 goals in that 5-0 win against Warren Hills. So he has a luxury, Coach Smith, to bring players off the bench like that. It's a great ball from Hubry, and this one is caught by number 1, Nick Millett.
Strong punt trying to be controlled here by number 9. Tony Vincente Bone again. Didn't really get control of it. Now it's controlled by Hunterdon Central. Ooh, bit of a knee there to the calf. Number 23 for Hunterdon Central, Josh Bordwick, a little bit slow to get up.
Now this is a great free kick position for a right-footed player such as Mark Menendez. He has magic in those cleats at times. He has scored 2 free kick goals this season, and Millett really needs to be wary of this kick from Menendez. Real big chance for Central to take the lead. We are exactly halfway through this first half here at Stewart Field.
Takes a short pass there. Tries to go for a short pass there right inside the box.
That was a really good ball from Menendez. Everyone was expecting a shot, including us up here in the booth, and he went low. Really good defending from Montgomery, but that was a smart play to try to catch the defense out there. And now it's a central corner for Aiden Cook. Now Aaron Baxter comes out of the game. Number 18, Jacob Grant, is in his first game back after recovering from a broken nose.
Central recovers the ball. Number 16, Evan Ushak, tried to play it in there. Ended up going out for a Central throw-in.
Now going back to Jacob Grant, he's a senior. He played a lot on varsity last year. The only reason he's coming off the bench tonight, as I mentioned, first game back from a broken nose. As soon as he is 100% fit, he will be guaranteed a spot in the starting lineup. He's a key player in midfield for the Red Devils, and they are very happy to have him back.
Another free kick here from Montgomery. That's a lot of free kicks that Hunterdon Central have given away. What do you think they can do to change that?
I think they need to keep their hands down. I don't exactly love the fact that the referees are calling a lot of touchy fouls. I think in a high-level game like this, they should let the players play, as Jacob Grant's ball in behind is cut out. I think they need to just let them play, shoulder to shoulder. I mean, that's how the game is at the high school level. But for Central, you just need to realize what the refs are doing, know the game, and just keep your hands down and keep playing physical, because they have that physical domination over Montgomery.
Number 9 for Montgomery, Tony Vincent de Ballon, trying to get it up, does not get it there. As Hunterdon Central tried to play it to number 19, Salomon Gia, did not get to it, and played a little bit in front of him, too much for him, couldn't get there. As it thrown from Montgomery is recovered by Central. They look to play back, do not get there, and looks like there is a foul on the play. Looks like it'll be a free kick for Hunterdon Central.
Another chance there, throwing the center backs in, Slobodnik going up, U-Shock going up. Ubre's going to take this, and another chance for Central to cause problems off a free kick. You also have Josh Bordwick in there, probably the most physical player on the team. Try to get ahead to this one.
Good try there for a cross. Could not get there, any of the Central players. Good clear by the Montgomery defender there, getting it out and getting it wide. Just did not get it to any of their players. Goes out for a Red Devils throw-in.
And also in for the Red Devils now is number 24, Alex Troopy. He is a junior midfielder, another key player who has gotten some starts this year in the absence of Jacob Grant and Martin Menendez with their injuries, and he should be another key player. A lot of good players Central can bring off the bench. Montgomery has only made 2 substitutions up to this point. I can count 5 Central changes so far, so you see the advantage in that for Hunterdon Central.
Looks like 19, Salomon Gia, was called offside there. Montgomery, number 7, the freshman, Orvos, trying to fool around there, go down the right wing. It didn't really get a good opportunity. Was swarmed there by 2 Hunterdon Central defensemen.
Now Salomon Gia brings something a bit different to the game than Matt Tatro up top. He does have a bit of speed, not nearly as much as Matt Tatro, but he does have a lot of flair and skill, and he can take defenders on one-on-one. He is also a very good finisher, so he is another big weapon up top for Central.
Long ball down the left wing for number 5, Aiden Cook. Gets it inside, good shot, and ends up being an own goal by Montgomery.
And that was Jacob Grant, as I mentioned, causing problems. He took a shot in there. It was parried away by Nick Millette, and the Montgomery defender could do nothing but put it into his own net with Salomon Gia ready to tap in at the back post. Real tough break from a defender's perspective, but a huge break for Hunterdon Central as they lead this game 1-0 with 17 minutes to play here in the first half.
That's a big mistake there by the Montgomery defenseman. It happens though. It was a good save by Montgomery goaltender. It was a strong save, it just didn't get enough power on it, and the defenseman there tried to clear it, didn't get a good angle on it, and accidentally played it into his own net. It happens, it's very rare, but it's a big advantage for Central now. Plus the morale of Montgomery looks to be a little bit down. They've looked like they sunk their shoulders a little bit after that.
And Menendez has a shot there from the Gia layoff. And it was straight at the goalkeeper. A couple changes for Central. Ben Greenstein, the junior defender, comes in at right back for Billy Montwood, and Joey Seifert will come in for Zach Ubry at left back, as there's another foul, and down for the Cougars is Jack Callan, the midfielder. Now on that goal, Carollo, I was just thinking how, yes, the defender will get credited for the own goal, but it's almost a goalkeeper mistake. You said it was a strong save, which it was, but had he been able to parry that just a little wider, there's almost nothing the defender could do. He couldn't even get out of the way. The ball was hit straight into him, and had he not touched that ball, Salomon Gia was there to finish on the back post.
That's a good point. Being a goaltender myself, you have to get those balls wide off of the rebounds. You have to parry them out, and you just have to get it wide. You can't parry it right to the center, and you have to make sure that it's wide enough so the defender doesn't accidentally knock it in, or one of the opponents doesn't hit it in right there when you're not ready.
And a little talking to here from the referee to Jacob Grant. He thought he kept that ball in play, which I also did, but the referee has made the decision and warned Jacob Grant to just play on.
Montgomery stopped there by both of those defenders from Central. Seems like there was a bit of a foul, maybe a trip, and it's a good spot for a Montgomery free kick. About 14 yards, 15 yards out. It's a good opportunity.
And this is Rory Kemmerer, the captain, the leader in goals and assists. It looks like this is nothing but a shot right here, but again, would have to be very impressive to beat Dan Mekadon from anywhere. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. And here is Kemmerer. Shot comes in. Easy save from Dan Mekadon.
Walks around looking for an option with the punt. Very, very long punt. Right to number 24 for Hunterdon Central, Alessandro Truppi. Didn't get a touch on it, and it went out for a throw-in. Recovered again by Central. Truppi again takes it. Aiden Cook on the ball. Plays back to number 10, Slabonik.
Central working it around the back, all the way back to Mekadon, trying to keep that possession. It looks like Montgomery have gone to a high press here, and it seems to have worked out for them, winning the ball a few times. And another foul there. This time Zalman Gia called for the shirt pull. And it looks like Matt Tatro is ready to come back into the game for the Red Devils after picking up that earlier injury to his head. And that substitution will be made in the next stoppage of play.
There's been a lot of fouls called on Hunterdon Central already. What do you think they can do to keep that number down, as you were saying before?
Well, they got to keep the hands down, just play shoulder to shoulder. Another foul there against Montgomery. The referees are calling everything here. It looks like any sort of touch is a foul. So they just got to play the game. I don't like it to see a game played like that, but if that's the refs are calling it, you have to adjust to it and not argue it.
Same thing with me. I think they should be able to play. If there's anything extreme, call it, but the ref is calling a bit much right now.
There was Gia on the ball, trying to show off that flare. Just got caught under his feet, but he does have that ability to take defenders one-on-one. Montgomery defenders need to be wary of not diving in.
Boardwick with the cross, and tried to get a cross in. Didn't really get a good angle on it. Maybe hit it off the side of his foot. It goes out wide for a goal kick for Montgomery.
And here is Tatro back into the game for the Red Devils, replacing Salman Gia, who didn't get much time, but did make an impact up top, causing problems for defenders, and we will definitely see him have an impact in the second half.
As you were saying before about the high press that Montgomery is now playing, it seems like that it's working out for them, and they're not letting Hunterdon Central have any more chances. What do you think they can do to keep that, Ryan?
I think they just need to keep moving the ball around. Great ball in behind from Menendez, too far for Josh Boardwick. As I said in the beginning of the match, that they need to dominate the midfield. I think Central have done that so far. If they cut down their foul count, then they will really be bossing this game, and if they do that, this should be a comfortable win for them, because there has only been one Montgomery chance to speak about, and that was the ball in that should have been called a foul on Dan Mekadon when he dropped it. Nothing he could really do about that, but that's the only chance to speak of for Montgomery so far. So really good first half so far from the Red Devils. Just 10 minutes to play in this first half.
Hunterdon Central Soch, number 18, Jacob Grant, so strong there to try and fight off that Montgomery player. As again, the Hunterdon Central Red Devils fans cheering and chanting for them, as they always do. What a supportive crowd they have here.
Yeah, trying to fire them up a little bit. They have that goal but they can't rest on that and sit back and defend. They need to go get a couple more and give the fans what they came here to see, and that was a dominant Hunterdon Central performance. Montgomery is a very good team, but Central would like to think they can beat anybody in their conference. In fact, their only loss this season came at heartbreak to a 1-0 loss away at home to Scotch Plains. Now, Scotch Plains has a massive fan section. They're number 2 in the state, playing away from home. Really tough match for the Red Devils there. Their only loss of the season so far, so quite impressive.
As a quick shot got off there, easy shot to save by the Montgomery keeper.
A little unorthodox method there from the goalkeeper, a drop punt. So rather than dropping the ball straight off his foot, he drops it on the ground first, then kicking it. Not something you see very often, but he was able to pull it off, a 50-yard kick. And now junior midfielder Aaron Baxter will come into the game for senior midfielder Martin Menendez, who has put in 30 very good minutes in this first half, and he'll probably rest the rest of this half and be energized for the second half. Slobodnik just clears that one away for Montgomery throw in the attacking third.
Hunterdon Central trying to find some space here, try and get up the field. Matt Tatro now has it. Using that speed, through ball. Trying to get the cross a little bit wide, but ends up being a good opportunity. Good save by the keeper there for Montgomery. Good punch over the net. It's a good chance for the Red Devils there. And
it wouldn't have counted anyway. The header came in for Matt Tatro. He was offsides. Really good play there down the wing. Tatro played it in behind a Troopy. His cutback looking for Tatro just a bit behind him. Grant was able to put the ball back in, and Tatro was offsides, but a really good counterattack there from the Red Devils.
Surprised there was no foul called there. That looked like a bit of a push by number 18, Jacob Grant there.
And that one poked behind for a corner by Mark Titoli. Yeah, it could have been called a push, but that was where I would like to see the referees let them play, and they did. So I like that, as long as they're keeping it consistent and calling it the same for both teams. And the corner will be taken here by Aiden Cook.
Strong corner there, strong shot and strong save there by the Montgomery keeper.
That was the center back, Matt Slobodnik, in there. He had a free run to the 6-yard box. He looked as if he tucked it away. Great block there from the defender, but really shocking defending there from Montgomery to have a player unmarked at the front post. Aiden Cook showing off his strength right there to win a throw-in.
Number 12, Matt Tatro, ready to take this throw-in for the Red Devils.
They're looking for that long throw again. That one a little short. And Ben Greenstein loses out here and then wins it back. Clear
Another
push
foul.
there.
Another foul there on Hunterdon Central. Another free kick for Montgomery. Another long kick by number 24, Charlie Rogers.
Flicked in behind here. Montgomery have a chance. And a good block from Matt Slobodnik. Claims of handball from the Montgomery fans, but nothing doing from the referee's perspective.
That's what happens in these games. They just have to keep playing on and not argue about it. You just have to get over it. A big show of strength there by Matt Tatro.
Yeah, just shielding that ball out for a goal kick. We are approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Again, a dominating first half from Central in terms of possession, but not so much on the scoreboard. They do lead 1-0, but they will be looking to capitalize on more opportunities in the second half and try to put this game away. a game that up to this point they've deserved to win.
Ooh, a little bit of a mess up there by Central goalkeeper. Another foul on Montgomery. A push there. A little slow to get up number 4, Ben Greenstein. Looks like that might have been his ankle.
Now, I don't think you can put that one on Mekadon. That ball was fizzed back to him by Joey Seifert. Really nothing he could do about it. He did well just to flick it away. You can't really be playing back passes of that pace to your goalkeeper on target. If Mekadon didn't manage to get a touch on that, it would have been 1-1 with 2 own goals. But in the end, it's a foul against Montgomery, and Mekadon will clear the free kick, probably breathing a sigh of relief after that last play.
Oh, try for a through ball there by Hunterdon Central. Just a little bit behind the play as Matt Tidger recovers. Defender gets in front of him and blocks him out. Did not able to get a shot there.
Aiden Cook was ripped to the ground by the Montgomery defender. No foul. They went from calling too much to not calling enough. But it looked like a sure foul in the corner there from Aiden Cook, but Central have it back now through Alex Troopy. And given away.
Bit of a miscommunication there. You don't really see that from Hunterdon Central. They're usually extremely well organized. Looks like Montgomery is starting to become a little bit more aggressive, using their hands a little bit to push around the players. Refs don't seem to be calling much anymore. They were calling a lot before, as you were saying. Now they're not really calling anything.
Maybe a little bit of frustration from Montgomery, being in these types of games where you don't have much of possession, you're away from home, you're down on the scoreboard, maybe a little frustrated. They can't afford to lose their heads because they're still in this game.
Tidger tried to play a ball through there. Looked like he didn't get much on it, and it was blocked by the Montgomery defenseman.
We have just under 3 minutes to play in this first half. Central will try to nip a goal before halftime. Montgomery will look to do the same, try to equal it up at the break.
What do you think Montgomery can do to get back in this game, Ryan?
Well, first of all, I think they need to keep the high press going. We saw it for about 2 or 3 minutes, and it worked well for them. They won the ball back. They've kind of gone away from that. If they have players with stamina up top, they need to do that and try to get some possession. If I could estimate, I'd say Central has had 70% of the possession in this game, which Montgomery cannot afford if they're willing to get back into this game. And if you don't have enough of the possession, you need to counterattack. And we haven't seen that from Montgomery either. So they need something, a spark, a play, a shot on goal from distance that can get them back into this game, because right now it's been all Central.
Long punt there for Matt Tatro. Tries to control it, bounces a lot there on him. Doesn't really gain control of it.
Grant's ball to the back post towards Troopy is out for a goal kick, and we are under 2 minutes to play here in the first half at Stewart Field here on Youth Night for the Red Devils. Another foul there against Hunterdon Central. Another questionable one from Aaron Baxter that Montgomery take quickly, and it's really good defending from Joey Seifert.
Good little move there to get by that attacking player on him. Another foul by Montgomery. There's a lot of fouling by both teams.
Yeah, Vicente Balone just ripping down Jacob Grant by the back of his shirt. Grant didn't seem too happy with the challenge. It was a blatant foul, and a little surprised not to see the yellow card come out of the pocket of the referee, which I'm sure we'll see a few times in this game with how many fouls we've had. And Mekadon will take this free kick inside his own half. Should be one of the last kicks of the first half. Central leading 1-0.
Central trying to gain control here. Can't really do it, and that is the end of the first half. I am Carlo Pascal with my colleague Ryan Sullivan from Stuart Field. That is the end of the first half of the soccer game. We'll see you in the second half.
You ready to play? I'm ready. Henri! Yeah! Graham Zusi! Beckerman! I'll take the corner like Donovan!
Nice.
Pick up a ball and play soccer. It's an easy way to stay healthy. Join Active Bodies, Active Minds today.
Welcome back to the second half here at Stuart Field. Hunterdon Central kicks off here at Youth Night. They lead the Montgomery Cougars 1-0 after the first 40 minutes. Carolo, what do you think the key is for both teams in the second half?
I think Hunterdon Central just needs to keep playing the way that they were, and that Montgomery needs to be a little more attacking and play that high defense like you said before.
And there's Grant with a powerful shot off the top of the crossbar and off the underside of the field goal post used for the football games. What a great bit of power in that shot. Really good chance for Central only 30 seconds into the second half. And the ball is won back in midfield by Aiden Cook. His cross is too high for Josh Bordwick. And we have a new player, number 15 for the Red Devils. Ben Lewis did not make an appearance in that first half. He starts off out here on the left flank for the second half. And the outside backs for Central is Ben Greenstein on the left, replacing Zach Ubry, and Joey Seifert on the right, replacing Billy Montwood. So 2 juniors in for 2 seniors. With the normal Matt Slobodnik here at center back. That kid has played every single minute of the last 2 seasons. Really, really impressive.
That is extremely impressive. It's tough to do that. It's really tough to do that. Playing 100 minutes each game for 2 seasons straight, that's extremely tough to do. He has a lot of endurance.
And there's no question about his endurance, but also he's not the biggest center back. He's not a big brute force in there. He is just so quick. He uses his physicality well, and just a really amazing player. Second team All-State last year, and I mean, if he's not a first team All-State selection this year, I don't know what is.
As you were saying about his strength, he just used it there, and it looks like number 9 for Montgomery, Tony Vincente Ballon, got injured there, took a hard hit by Seifert.
And the coaching staff was on the field there. They're bringing him off now. He looks to be okay. It's a good sign there for Montgomery. We never want to see a player injured. And just to get the fans more involved, we got a T-shirt toss here. Really is a fun night here at Stuart Field, and the Red Devils will look to cap it off with a win. And a little confusion here. So the throw-in came into Matt Slobodnik. He flicked it onto Dan Mekadon. Montgomery claiming there was no touch there. And if Dan picked up that ball, that's a penalty kick. Or possibly an indirect free kick in the box. The referees will discuss it. It looked as clearly Matt Slobodnik flicked that ball back. And if you're not familiar, if you head the ball back to the goalkeeper, he can use his hands. But if the throw-in goes directly in and he picks it up, then it is an infraction. And let's see what the referees are ruling that Slobodnik did flick it back. The confusion is gone. The Red Devils can breathe a sigh of relief, and it's back in the hands of Mekadon.
And it takes the long punt here. That is a good drive by him. Really, really good strength there to get by and beat the defenders.
Menendez just pokes it too far in behind to Jacob Grant. On grass, maybe that gets to him, but here on the artificial turf, that one rolls through easily for the goalkeeper, Millette. But here's Central back on the ball. Here is Ben Lewis for the other Ben. That's Greenstein. Good ball in to Jacob Grant. Great bit of skill. Looking to create a shot on his right foot, and it's deflected away and won back by Montgomery. Evan Ushak winning the tackle, but concedes a throw in the process out at midfield. Now, we talked about the foul count in the first half. From a referee's perspective, how do you think they can control this game? Do you think, so at the beginning of the first half, they weren't letting anything go. The end of the second half, they were letting everything go. What are you looking to see here from the referees in the second half?
It seems like that they're just trying to do their job and call what they see, and that's really all they can do. It's their decision whether to make the call or not, and I think that they're going to keep it the same way that they did at the end of the first half. Not calling that much, letting them play, and it just seems like that there's been some questionable decisions, but it's ended up being okay for both teams.
And you talk about letting them play. That's how I like to see the game of soccer played, as long as it's under control. When you have tackles flying in, players getting injured, and nothing's being called, then it turns into a safety hazard. The game's not fun to watch anymore. As Jacob Grant, again, always looking to get on that right foot, very disappointed with himself, smashes that one over. He has been itching to get back onto the field, out for about 2 or 3 weeks with his broken nose. He's back, ready to make a mark on his senior year and get amongst the goals, and that one was just over the top. He actually started the own goal for the Red Devils, the only goal of this match so far, by sending his shot in, which was parried by Millette and turned in by the Montgomery defender. So he's made an impact on the game so far.
Through ball down wide on the right wing to number 5, Aiden Cook, trying to get it in, kicked out by the Montgomery defender. And it looks like it deflected off of him, and they're going to give it as a goal kick.
Yeah, nice little step over there from Aiden Cook, showing the skill of the central wingers, causing problems for defenders. But his second touch was just a bit too far out in front and deflected off him for a goal kick. But again, Central are really dominating this game, most of the possession, most of the opportunities. As Menendez plays that one in behind, it's a great ball. Josh Boardwick here with a chance. His touch goes a little wide. He pulls it back inside. Looking to pull it back to Menendez. Now it's Baxter. The shot finally comes in, and it's a weak one on its way to Millette. Good sign there from Central. If Boardwick had gotten his first touch a little bit farther out in front, Central would have been up 2-0.
Hunterdon Central's looking really, really strong at the beginning of this second half. They're being extremely dominant with the ball, having a lot of time on the ball, like you were saying. And if that had gotten through, that most likely would have been a second goal for them.
And there's Grant, and behind him Menendez. That one is out. It'll be a Central throw rather than a corner deep in the corner. They're looking to play over top. And here is Menendez in the corner on the ball, shrugging off the defender. Great ball to Ushak. He's under pressure. Plays Baxter. Sliding ball back to Joey Seifert. And they work it out wide to the captain, Aiden Cook. Good strength there, and he is fouled. Now, this is what I thought we'd see from Montgomery. Down 1-0 at the half. They have a chance to regroup. They're away from home. I would think they would come out, pressure right away, try to get possession. It's been the opposite. It looks as if they're sitting back, letting Central have the ball. What do you think of this mentality here from the Cougars?
It's a bit strange. You would think, like you were saying, that they would put a lot of pressure on, focus more on getting an attack than sitting back on defense. But I think they're just waiting for that counterattack to strike. We haven't seen much of it, but I've heard good things about it, and that it's very, very strong. And they've won most of their games because of their counterattack.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that point there. But also, I think their mentality might be, we're only down 1. We can't get caught out by trying to press too far forward and give up a second goal, because that will surely put the game to rest. They just need to use their counterattack, because if they push too many men forward, Central has a blistering counterattack, and that will cause problems for them. That ball cleared away by the Cougars. Aiden Cook pressuring the defender here, Andrew Dollard, and he wins a throw for the Red Devils.
Red Devils looking extremely strong here in the beginning moments of this second half. They're playing extremely dominant as that ball goes back to defenseman number 4 for Central. That was Ben Greenstein. Haven't seen much of him tonight. He's been on the ball, but he's usually a big impact for the Red Devils. Hasn't been able to do much tonight. What do you think?
Well, he tried to play that ball in behind here. That's what he provides. He's got good physicality, good strength. He's quick, and that ball in behind was a good idea. Not a bad ball, but Josh Bordwick was caught offside. And he has good chemistry with junior Ben Lewis out there on the left as he shanks that one for a throw-in. So that's a different combination there from the Zach Ubry-Aiden Cook combination we saw in the first half. Now Aiden Cook is linked up on the right with junior defender Joey Seifert. There's Jacob Grant playing a ball over the top. There's Bordwick 1-on-2. You wouldn't favor most players in that situation, but with Bordwick's strength and soccer IQ, as coaches like to call it, he won that throw-in very well.
He can do a lot. With him being the leader in goals and assists for the Red Devils, he's been a huge impact for them this season, helping them win 5 of their games. The only game that they lost was against Warren, and it was a bit of an upset, but he's still been a huge impact for them this season.
This one is out for a Millet goal kick, and a change being made here by the Cougars. And into the game now is number 9, and that is Tony Vicente Balone. Ball in behind here, Central looking over the top rather than playing through the midfield. They've had some chances, but I think they're better off dominating the midfield as they did in the first half. Another 50-50 ball won there by Ben Lewis. And the Red Devils have it back now through Aaron Baxter. Great bit of skill in midfield to find Ben Lewis. Quick feet there, and they work it all the way back to Matt Slobodnik.
As you were saying, Aaron Baxter, he is extremely strong, and he has a lot of skills. He's brought a lot to the team this year. He's been a big support player for them, and he affects the team in a lot of ways.
Now, what a ball that was in behind to from Matt Slobodnik to Aiden Cook. It's been ruled a goal kick. Again, looked as if Aiden had been fouled, but when you have a center back like Slobodnik who has that technical ability to not just defend but can play a pass, it's a luxury for the Red Devils, and he really can pick out a pass, that one from 40 yards away.
A lot of wins on those 50-50 balls for Hunterdon Central. They've been very, very strong on them tonight, as there looks to be another injury and another foul on Hunterdon Central. Looks to be number 8 on the Cougars, Rory Kemener. He is the leading goal scorer for them, and he also has the most assists. So that is a big impact for them right now.
Well, actually, it was Kemmerer who got into it with Menendez after the play, but down is, it looks like Vicente Balone. Kemmerer looked to give Menendez a little bit of shove after that. He felt that it was unfair. He took an elbow to the face. I didn't see much in that. Menendez was on the ball. It didn't look like he extended his arm, but Vicente Balone must have felt something, and he's down now. So it's not Kemmerer down. He was just stepping up as the captain, try to get into it after.
That may have been a elbow or shoulder to the face. At least it looks like the face because he is holding there. And anything goes when that happens. When two players go at it like that, either of them can get injured. Injuries happen all the time. Looks like this one is pretty serious because he's still down, hasn't got up. And it's most likely an elbow. And when he went down, it looked like he was holding his eyes or his nose. So it might be one of those areas that got injured.
And the new high school rules, as well as professionals and all throughout all levels of soccer, is a blow to the head is an immediate stoppage in play. No advantage can be played. You can't wait for the other team to kick the ball out. But this has to be a stoppage in play, and Vicente Balone is still down here. It's the medical staff working on them here. So going back to the game, there's 30 minutes remaining. What's your mentality if you're Central? Do you sit back and defend? 30 minutes is a long period of time to do so. Or do you keep your domination in play and look for a second goal?
I think they should keep their domination of play, keep pressing up top, and keep trying to score at least one more and get that insurance goal before at least with 10 minutes left to play. And if they do get that insurance goal, they can just hold on, and if they even can do more than that, get a third goal. But I think they should keep pressing up top, and if they end up getting that one more, then they can maybe sit back a little bit.
Yeah, I totally agree. 30 minutes is too much time to defend. We've seen a lot of leads blown in soccer, trying to defend too much. So it's important that they keep pressing for that second goal, keep going, and try to put this game out of reach, because they really have deserved more than one goal, especially that one goal being scored by Montgomery in their own net. And now the concern is hoping for Tony Vicente Balone that he's okay here. This looks like a really serious head injury. He's sitting up now, which is good. Didn't look to have gone unconscious, so that's very good, but possibly a concussion here as they're going to take him off the field via golf cart. And a nice sportsmanlike applause from the Red Devils fans as the player is helped into the cart and hopefully will be recovered in no time. Central breaks their huddle, and we are ready to get back to the action. It's a Montgomery free kick just inside of their own half. Just under 30 minutes to play here in the second half. Hunterdon Central Red Devils 1, Montgomery Cougars 0. So now with the loss of Vicente Balone, they have to turn to their bench here. We talked about the key players, Kemmerer and Espana. They haven't really made an impact thus far. What are your thoughts on this, Carol? Like, what can they do as the star players in their team to get their team back in this game away from home?
It seems like you were saying, they haven't really done much, and I think that they just need to get more time on the ball. They haven't really had much time because Central has been pressing so hard and their defense has been playing so well. I just think they need more time on the ball, and they'll be able to get those chances. They just need to get around the Central defense, which is the biggest concern right now for Montgomery.
I definitely agree. You can be a great player, but if you don't have the ball, it's hard to do much. So, yeah, they need to get Kemmerer and Espana on the ball. Espana's got pace to get in behind. Central has some very pacey defenders, so that could be a problem. But Kemmerer is their main man in center midfield, and I just don't think he's seen enough time on the ball as their leader in goals and assists. He needs to see more of that ball. And that one's nicked away by Aaron Baxter, immediately looking to counter. It's 4-on-3 here. If the Red Devils can go quickly, and Lewis holds up the attack and plays it back to Menendez, who steams through 3 Cougar defenders and wins it, and then Lewis gives it away. A poor pass looking for Baxter. Are you a little surprised that Ben Lewis decided to pull that back rather than keep going on the counter? They had the advantage in numbers, and he pulled it back around 40 yards away from his goal. Looking for a pass in midfield. Do you think they should have kept going with that attack?
They should have kept going, but it looked like the ball was bouncing a little bit on him. That's a little bit harder to control than it being on the turf. as turf is a lot different than grass. The ball bounces a lot more, it bounces faster, and it rolls faster. I still think, though, that they should have been able to play that forward and be able to get forward and have a good attack.
Ushak with a great recovery there on Espana, showing off that pace. Montgomery throwing, they elect to go backwards. They need a spark here. They can't let this game get too deep. But for Central, they can't let Montgomery hang around. They've had the advantage as the Montgomery players fouled right in front of the Central bench. Bench isn't happy, but they can't let them hang around. I've seen too many times a team dominate, let the other team hang around, and they get a last-ditch effort and score a goal. They can't let that happen there. They need that second goal, insurance goal, and improve to 6-1.
Long thrown by Montgomery, recovered. Well, it looked like it would have been recovered by Central, but it didn't really get there, and then Central plays it out of bounds.
Now, the other thing to think about for Coach Smith is if you press too high for that second goal and give up an equalizer, then it's back to a 1-1 game. Now, the scenario is a win or tie guarantees them a 2-match bye in the county tournament. So do you think they'll play for a tie if it gets to that point, or do you think they'll press for the winner, knowing that if they do lose, they'll lose their top seed?
I feel like that if Montgomery does end up tying it, they will play to win, and they still are playing to win. They want to win no matter what, secure that seat. They don't want to end with a tie. They always want to win.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of what-ifs here. For right now, they are controlling the game, and we'll look to double that advantage. Here's Ushak in the midfield. Good touch, shoulder to shoulder off the ball, and it is a Central throw-in. 25 minutes to play in this second half here at Stewart Field. Shanked clearance there from Montgomery. Great touch in midfield from Grant. Trying to pick out Menendez. It's won back by Espana, and good defending from Greenstein. Slobodnik now talked about his passing ability. That one in behind. Headed away, and it's back with the Cougars. They look to play a ball in behind themselves and also headed away.
A lot of 50-50 balls being won by the Red Devils. What do you think Montgomery needs to do to stop that?
Well, I mean, I think they just need to be more aggressive. They seem to have pulled out a few challenges. I mean, I know the Red Devils have some big physical players like Ushak, Tatro, Slobodnik, but, I mean, if you want to win this game, you got to start winning the 50-50s. And a long shot comes in. Mekadon was scrambling. It's a comfortable save in the end, but not a bad idea from Kemmerer to try to catch the keeper out from about 50 yards away. Speculative effort and an easy save for the senior goalkeeper.
That's another reason why Kemmerer is a big player for Montgomery. He has that ability to take those long shots, and he has one heck of a foot, I have to say. That was a really, really long shot, and it caught Mekadon by surprise.
And Kemmerer also very skillful to put that on target. That ball fizzed in behind, and that one is easy for Millette. If you want to use the pace of Tatro, you got to get the ball to his feet, and he just didn't do that right there, too far in behind. Well, and now the change comes in for the Red Devils. Lewis exiting the game for Troopy.
Well, it seems like that Hunterdon right now is just trying to play the long ball and trying to get up the field to Tatro, but it's not really working for them. They have to play more on the ground, play more up the wings and down the field.
Yeah, Tatro also much bigger than the Montgomery center backs as he's on the ball now for Jacob Grant. Red Devils looking to build an attack. And if they get to the pace of their wings, they have Troopy out there very quick, Aiden Cook on the other side. Their crosses could come in and cause problems with Tatro being such a big physical presence. Great ball from Menendez. It comes to Tatro at the top of the box, and he gets that one horribly wrong, smashes it over, and it is out for a Cougars goal kick as they'll make a substitution here.
Number 2 coming in here for Montgomery, Justin Zaho coming in. Going out for number 16, Vincent Malagarange.
This is the first time we've seen Justin Zhao maybe going deeper into the bench, head coach Ricky Steeb with the injury to Vicente Balone. It's a big spotlight for the underclassmen, and we'll see how he does with that. He's matched up against junior defender Ben Greenstein, so a tough match for him out on the right wing. Throwing one there by Evan Ushak. Baxter, yeah, clear foul there in midfield for Central. They're just inside their own half. Matt Slobodnik's going to take the free kick here as Montgomery gets all 11 players behind the ball looking to defend the set piece. Slobodnik's got the type of foot that can send this into the box, as he does now. What a ball in there. But no one attacking it from Central. It goes through anyway to Alex Troopy. He's got 2 defenders on him. Touches it around and does really well to win a throw. That one really defended by Dan Choi.
As I was going to say, he couldn't really do much there. He had 2 defenders on him. And Matt Tatro is about to take the long throw, trying to get it in for a cross. Really long throw.
Yeah, good ball in there from Tatro. They can almost play that long throw like a corner. But again, no one attacking it from Central. The one thing you take away when you have Tatro taking the long throw is his presence in the box. He's the tallest kid on the team, one of the most physical, and when he's taking the throw, it's great that it's in the box, but also he's not in there. And here is Jacob Grant exiting. Josh Boardwick is back in. We haven't seen too much from Josh. He did some good hold-up play, good physicality in the first half as the Let's Go Central chants ring around Stewart Field. But we're looking to get, Central is looking to get him more on the ball. Menendez does well to keep that shot low. It's parried straight to Tatro, and Millette making up for his mistake. It looked like a comfortable save. Parried it straight to Tatro. That was his mistake that caused the first own goal, and Tatro just wasn't quick enough. Good recovery from Millette, and a really good shot from Menendez. It remains 1-0.
Seemed like Millette had trouble getting his hands on the ball there. It is getting a little bit cold out. The gloves may be getting stiff. As a goalie myself, that does happen from time to time. You need to make sure that you are ready for those shots. He looked a little bit out of position, but he was able to recover it.
And now Tatro again with his pace in behind. He will win a corner. Slobodnik coming up for it. Ushak up for it. And Aiden Cook to take. Keep an eye out for Baxter at the top of the box. If this ball comes out to him, he will have a shot in. That went to the back post over the head of Boardwick. And Aiden Cook not happy with himself. It's a Montgomery throw-in. We are halfway through the second half here. It is still 1-0 Red Devils as Montgomery looks for a goal away from home.
Good kick up the field there by the Montgomery defenseman there. Ends up going off of number 7, Espana on Montgomery, for a Central throw-in.
There's Greenstein with the throw, one there by Kemmerer in midfield. There's Ushak. Menendez immediately closed down. A clear shirt pull, no foul. The referee is really letting them play. You really don't see shirt pulls let go by the referees, but that one was, and Montgomery has it now. And now Menendez commits the foul. Now there's where you see some inconsistency. Menendez didn't look like much of a foul. It looked as he was just fouled. If you're going to let them play, then let both teams play. And if you're going to call a lot, then you need to call a lot for both teams. A little bit of inconsistency there.
Yeah, that was a questionable foul. It didn't look like he did much. Maybe he had his hands up a little bit. But before Menendez got basically destroyed by both those Montgomery players, he got pushed and his shirt got pulled by both of them.
And you hear the Central coach yelling, referee there. Another no call, questionable no call in midfield, and it's a Montgomery throw. Aaron Baxter was thrown to the ground. I'm not sure what the referees are seeing right here, but Central players just need to keep their heads on straight and see this game out for a nice victory. They can't get too caught up in the performance of the referees, and they just need to worry about their own performance. Greenstein almost caught out there, does well to recover. cleared away, and it's a handball, Central free kick. Looks like Mekadon will take this free kick about 20 yards away from his own goal. Here's Mekadon for Central. Looking to keep yet another clean sheet. Hasn't had much to do so far, just 3 saves. Great turn there from Baxter in midfield. Loops the ball over. Josh Boardwick is onside. Goes for the left-footed volley and didn't quite get the connection he wanted. It's a good save from Millett, but not bad from Boardwick on his weak foot to keep that volley down. It's a really difficult technique. What a ball from Baxter after a great turn. And now in behind, here come the Cougars through Charlie Rogers, and that ball is cut out by Ben Greenstein. Menendez challenging Espana for that ball. Troopy wins it back, and it's another free kick against the Red Devils. Almost everything going against them now.
As you were saying about inconsistency before, that didn't look like that much. The refs could have let that one go, but it's their decision. I think they should have let him play on that.
Kemmer sending in the out swinger. It's flicked on. Mekadon was caught out. Troopy clears it the wrong way, and it is a corner for Montgomery. Pressure building here for the Cougars with 15 minutes to play.
So, Ryan, what do you think? Is the tide going to change for Montgomery and they're going to score, or do you think Central can hold out here?
Well, I think if Central defends this corner away, I need to calm down a little, stop worrying about the referee's decision. Some pushing and shoving going on in the box here. The referee's keeping an eye on that. A little talking to there for the Montgomery player, Andrew Dollard. I just think they need to calm down, not get too caught up with what Montgomery players are doing, and just worry about their own game. If they keep possessing like they are, a second goal will come, or they will just hold out for a 1-0 win. I don't see them at this point conceding, as they are a very good defensive team with a very good goalkeeper in Mekadon back there. But if Montgomery keeps this pressure up and they get shots on target, anything can happen. Menendez sends that in behind. Tatro's quite quick, but that's a little bit much for him to ask, and he drills a player from behind. I've seen yellow cards given for much less. A little surprised that the card stayed in the pocket there, and it's not even a foul. A throw-in has been given. The referee's saying a player took a dive. It looked like a clear push, and now it is a foul.
It might have been a bit of both, but Taser definitely did push him. And like you're saying, I'm surprised a card was not given there. That was a blatant push.
Well, Tatro not only pushed him, he elbowed him in the back from behind, and then they called a foul for a much less offense. So a lot of inconsistency here. And there's another push in the back. This one is called against the Cougars on Josh Boardwick. Tension's growing here at Stewart Field.
A lot of inconsistency on calls from the refs, as you were saying. It just doesn't seem to go either team's way right now. There could be extremes like there was with Tatro not even getting a call, and things like that that shouldn't have been a call, have been a foul.
And now it looks like senior defender Zach Ubry will come in at the next stoppage. This is Coach Smith saying we need some experience in there, some leadership, and just hold out defensively for the last 12 minutes or so. Here's Tatro in behind, looking to take on the defenders. His cross is blocked, straight back to him. He plays Aiden Cook. Back to Tatro, out on the right wing, looking to cut in field. Great skill and strength, and it's out for a goal kick. And now the change will be made. Ubry coming back into the game along with Billy Montwood. So the two starting fullbacks are back in, and Joey Seifert will make way. And Matt Tatro will also make way. So a formation change here. Central usually playing a 3-4-3. They've switched to 4 in the back with Greenstein and Slobodnik in the center. Montwood out on the right, Ubry out on the left, and it looks as if just one up top. So a 4-1-4-1 right now is what I'm seeing from the Red Devils. Ushak is just in front of the back 4. There's 4 across the midfield, and Bordwick is the only player up top.
That's an interesting formation. Usually you don't see teams play that.
It's a very defensive formation, and you don't usually see teams play it, but with a top seed in the county tournament on the line, 12 minutes to go, up a goal, it is a formation that you could see. This ball sent in, Slobodnik defends it away. He has been a rock at the back all season, and especially in this game. And Baxter with good skill to get away, and he used his hand, much to the despair of the Central players, and it's actually gone Central's way. It's a Central free kick. The referee originally pointed in Montgomery's way and then corrected his mistake. So free kick for Central in their own half. And now Montwood has switched over to left back while Ubry, taking the free kick, will be on the right. A lot of changes in here for Central. It's key that they keep that chemistry that they've had all game. Now, Carolla, let me ask you this. 11 minutes left. Montgomery needs something if they want one of the top seeds in the tournament. They are 6-2. They have a good record. They could get one of those top seeds. They need a tie tonight. What do they need right now? There seems to be no spark from them.
It seems like they just need to make that one play or get that one thing going for them, as you were saying, a spark for them to try and get them up the field and be able to get a goal, to be able to tie it at least. They just haven't had any momentum right now because Central has been extremely dominant throughout the whole game with most likely 80% possession on the ball.
Yeah, I'd guess that number's around 75% possession. Montgomery has barely had any of the ball. I'm not sure what that was from Alex Truppi. Maybe it looked like a shot or across the back post. Not what he wanted. Jacob Grant is back into the game, and this is for Josh Bordwick. And here you see Coach Smith using the experience. There are only 3 juniors on the field, 2 of which played varsity last year. The rest are seniors. This is where leadership and experience really comes into play in the last few minutes of a highly competitive game. Menendez called for another foul. Seemed to having a hard time staying away from the fouls, Menendez. I don't think he's done a whole lot wrong, but in the referee's eyes, he's committed quite a few fouls.
He hasn't done much. It's just seemed like that it hasn't gone his way tonight.
Now Mekadon came out there, wasn't able to get the punch, and it is a throw for Montgomery. We are under 10 minutes to go here in the second half. Central looking to hold out, but the pressure from Montgomery is still coming. Espana with a long throw in, nobody attacking it from the Cougars, headed away by Greenstein. And this is where letting a team hang around can really come back to bite you. If Central concede now, it'll be such a letdown after having so much of the possession, so many chances. And this is why you need to take your chances early in the game. Great tackle there from Evan Ushak. And it is a corner for Montgomery. Pressure really building here, 9 minutes to play. You let them hang around, and then if they score, it's like, what happened? We had so much of this game. Central just need to focus really hard now on clearing this ball away from the corner. The ball comes in, back post over everyone's head. Sigh of relief from Central, and they will take a throw deep in their own half. Thrown from Billy Montwood. Truppi flicks it on towards Grant. Looking to maybe start an attack here. Great bit of skill in midfield. Oh, a nutmeg of the defender going all the way, and Truppi couldn't get it back to him. It's Menendez now.
That was a nasty move right there. Very, very good skills. Nasty nutmeg there, as you were saying.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the wrong end of a nutmeg, but when you are on the front end of it, it's a great feeling. Grant with good bit of skill there. And here's Montwood with another throw. This header is won by Dan Choi of the Cougars, And back Evan Ushak, not able to clear that the first time, but touched really well. Great touch the second time. And step 2 there by the Montgomery defenders. And given away in midfield. And now I think the big thing in this game for Montgomery, not only the lack of possession, because teams do win games with lack of possession, as we talked about on the counterattack, it's the giving the ball away and the 50-50 balls lost in midfield has really been a key part in this performance for Montgomery. But they still have a chance, 7 minutes to play. They can salvage something from this game.
As you're saying, the 50-50 balls, Central has been extremely dominant on those tonight. They have won everything in the air. It just seems like that Montgomery doesn't go in for the challenges as much as Central does. Central just goes in, uses their strength, and wins it all the time.
And one thing you can never doubt, Corolla, with this Central team is effort and heart, and they have put in 110% yet again. And I don't get that sense from Montgomery. I'm sure they're trying their best, but as you mentioned, they've pulled out of a lot of challenges, 50-50 balls. As Baxter takes a tumble, Kemmerer going through there and fouled by Aiden Cook. And Kemmerer gets up in the face of Cook. Usually the captain's role is to not get involved in conflicts away from the play, but it's Kemmerer starting that one there. Free kick in a really dangerous position for the Cougars. Montgomery has to be careful here, defending his goal. Just 6 minutes to play. This is a pivotal moment in the game. Kemmerer, the leader in goals and assists, will sit over this ball about 25 yards away from goal on the left side on his right foot. Big moment here. Kemmerer, short run up, fizzes the ball in. He got it all wrong. Through the goalpost and out for a goal kick as Montgomery just watched it sail by.
That was a bad kick there. It didn't look like he got the contact he wanted. He got maybe too much under the ball. He needed to get a little more over it and keep that down.
Now at this time in the game where you might not have many chances left, the key is to just get the ball on target. If you try too hard to put it in the top corner for the glory, you'll just end up smashing it over like that. And I think if he had just put it on target, you cause chance for a rebound. So big mistake there from Kemmerer. Here's Cook out on the right flank. Grant, good turn. He's got Menendez, great rollback for him. Looking to chip it back through. Good defending. Menendez has it back. And a little tussle there with Kemmerer. And again, it goes against Menendez. I really didn't see anything that indicated that Menendez had fouled him there. Kemmerer seemed to initiate the contact. And the first yellow card will come out. It is Menendez, not for the foul, but for the dissent after. And Martin Menendez will come out of the game now for Josh Bordwick. Not a smart play there. Martin Menendez got to keep his head in this game. His team's up 4 minutes left. You can't afford a mistake like that because now he has to come out of the game. That's the high school rule until the next stoppage. But Coach Smith seems very disappointed in him, and he will not be going in the next stoppage as he goes to sit on the end of the bench. Grant in behind. Great pressure. He's won the ball. And good defending in the end. And Grant commits a foul. The Central bench is livid. The referee's not seeming to call anything Central's way. And again, it goes against the Red Devils.
Both of those calls, the one on Menendez and the one on Grant there, those were barely anything. If anything should have been called, it was the one over here that Tatro had. Those were barely fouls at all, if anything.
And when you see calls like that, I mean, you're not in the referee's shoes. I know what it's like to be a referee. It's not easy. But sometimes watching the same, you wonder if they're watching the same game as you with calls like that. But again, Central just need to hold their nerve. 3 minutes to go. They have a throw-in. Montgomery's getting a little frustrated, as is Central, with these decisions not going their way. If they can hold out for a 1-0 win, another clean sheet at home, that would be a huge result for them. And again, as we've been saying, that 2-week bye in the county tournament.
That could be a good thing and a bad thing for Central here because they've been playing so well, playing all the time, and just being ready for game after game. But if they take a 2-game break, they might not be ready, and that might be a bad thing that might hurt them.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that, but it's only a 2-game break in the tournament. They still have 3 or 4 league games left, so they will be playing games, so the rest may help them, but I definitely understand what you're saying. You want to keep playing when you're in good form, and that's what Central has right now. It's a good problem to have for a coach, and they will go and hold the ball in the corner. You see this a lot of times. Grant turns away from it very well and wins a corner. We are at the 2-minute mark here. Montgomery would need something really special to come back now as Central are holding the ball down in the corner flag. You see this tactic used by most teams, up a goal. About 2 minutes left, they'll just hold the ball in the corner, shield it, try to earn a foul, just waste some time, win a throw-in, anything other than their opponent having the ball. So smart play here from Central, not the most exciting thing to watch, but I mean, this is what you have to do to win sometimes. And it'll be Grant, a very strong player, to hold the ball in the corner, 2 Montgomery defenders, and he wins a throw. Central with a much stronger performance in the first half. They had a lot of chances, weren't able to capitalize. Their 1 goal was scored by a Montgomery player, an own goal. Some great defensive work there. It looked like a clear foul there on Grant. Again, not another call, and he is offsides. And Central will drop everybody behind the ball now. Under a minute to play here. Central leading 1-0, trying to hold on for a really, really big win. The captain, Kemmer, being ordered to move the ball back as he tried to play that one quickly. Last chance here for Montgomery, deep inside their own half. Ushak towers the header. That could seal it for Central. The referee takes a look at his watch, but we still play on here at Stewart Field. It's one there by Espana. Good tackle in midfield from Baxter. Ripped to the ground. He is fouled. It almost seemed like the Central bench called that one, a hesitant call from the referee.
As you're saying about the bench has been extremely active from Hunterdon Central. They've just been all over it, wanting these fouls to be called, but not a lot of them have been called, and the ones that have been called have not been much.
And the other key for the bench is Montgomery's bench has been very quiet. They're not just complaining about the fouls, the Central bench. They're getting into the game, and that could be the spark that Montgomery needed. It just seemed like a bit of a dull performance with them, not a lot of creativity, and that's why they have a 0 on the scoreboard right now. Mekadon has the ball right now. He will wait for pressure, and this game is very close to being finished. Central winning 1-0. Mekadon clears. Referee takes another look at his watch. It's won by Boardwick in midfield. Plays it over top to Grant. There can't be much time remaining here. Boardwick with a great sliding tackle to almost surely secure a victory. Central bench livid that wasn't a Central throw-in. Still we play on. Great tackle from Baxter, and then Ushak. Baxter again. Troopy now wins a Montgomery throw. Another questionable call here from the officials. Choice to throw in.
This game looks like it's just about over.
Cleared away by Slobodnik, and that is the final whistle. Hunterdon Central holds on to win 1-0 at home against Montgomery. Another clean sheet. They improved to 6-1. Montgomery drops to 6-3, and Hunterdon Central will have a 2-week bye in the Hunterdon Warren Sussex County Tournament.
So Ryan, who would you give as your man of the match?
That's a tough one, Corolla, but I would have to give this one to Martin Menendez in midfield. He got caught up in some of the fouls, but really dominated in midfield. And I'm actually going to give out a second one to defender Matt Slobodnik. Was a rock at the back for Hunterdon Central. not letting anything through, and also a key role Jacob Grant played in his first game back from the broken nose.
I completely agree with you. I would have given mine to Slobotnik because he, like you said, was a rock in defense for Central. He controlled the defense, and nothing got through at all.
All right, thank you, Kroll. This concludes a Hunterdon Central boys varsity soccer win, 1-0 over the Montgomery Cougars is the final score. A first half own goal for Montgomery seals the win for Central. For Hunterdon Central Television, I'm Ryan Sullivan here with Carola Pascal. We will see you next time for Hunterdon Central Athletics. Thank you.